What's going on, everybody? I'm Gold Gas. This episode is going to show you some helpful little tricks and tips for the people that are just starting off in the gas and the plumbing industry. If you enjoy, drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe. Push that bell notification button as well. If you don't do that, you might miss out on some new videos that drop, maybe some new promotions and new competitions, so it's worth doing. When you fit vessels and pumps, you want to keep the old caps of the vessels and the screws for the front of the pumps, because we've all lost them. You unscrew it a bit too much or whatever, or your hands are a bit cold and you drop it and it's bound to go missing. You want that sort of thing and you want it quick. So it's good to keep hold of those parts. Excess clips, O-rings. I've got another box of O-rings. You keep the handles for the PRVs as well. The plugs for the radiators, anything that you think might come in handy for testing or just future repairs. Keep hold of. Over a few months, if you're doing repairs, you might find out, actually, I'm not going to need that, I don't need that. Then just get rid, and then you'll start to know that stuff you have in there, you do use more frequently than other bits, and you can keep in a box that's just more handy to you. When you're returning to a job to fit a part, for example, an old fan assembly, what I suggest you do is spray the old screws and anything you've got to get out with WD-40 or some sort of lubricant, and that way when you return to fit it, the screws are going to come out so much easier. Before you start working in a basin, sink, shower, bath, put some blue roll on the waste so you can't drop any little screws down there. Dust sheet down when you're working in a shower or a bath, because if you drop something, screwdriver, spanner, the shower cartridge, you can chip it and it can be quite a costly repair, so avoid that and put a dust sheet down. When removing screws, especially on boilers, quite a lot of screws on some of the old boilers, I find it's easier to have them all lined up in the order you took them out, and that way when you go to reassemble you can just go back in reverse order and put them all in, correct screws, and you know you've got the right amount. If you haven't got a magnetic screwdriver and you want the screw to stick to the screwdriver a bit more, especially if you're doing a bit of keyhole surgery style screwing in and it's quite a deep hole you're getting in there, then put a bit of jointing compound or something similar on the end of your screwdriver and that will stick the screw a bit better. When I'm doing a boiler service, what I like to do as well is give the outside case a wipe over, especially if it's a bit grubby. That way the customer sees the boiler is looking really clean on the outside, so that's what the part they're going to see is, and then it gives them a bit more faith that you've done a great job on the inside as well, which you would have. Before you start to service a boiler, always ask whether there's any problems, but also, more importantly, check for yourself. Before you take the case off, just turn the central heating on, check it actually does fire up, run the hot tap, make sure it actually does fire up on a combi, because these are the problems. If it's not working before you've even taken the case off, you can show the customer and say, well, actually it's not working right now, and they might admit it hasn't been, or maybe it's news to them, but at least it's nothing you've done. You all know cold is on the right, hot is on the left, but sometimes it can be plumbed in wrong and it will be on the opposite side. It even might be marked wrong, so don't just jump to the conclusion sometimes that the hot water isn't working. It may just be the wrong tap. A little hook set by Regan has got me out of trouble so many times by hooking out little washers or O-rings, so it's worth getting one. Be professional, bring in a dust sheet with you, nicely folded, doesn't have to be brand new, make sure it's clean, that way the customer's mind is at ease that you're gonna be nice and clean and tidy and they don't have to worry. If you're not doing loads of work, the dust sheet is great anyway to put your toolbox, your tool bag on. At least then the customer's not going to think you've got a dirty bag or anything, you're just putting it straight on their carpet. Shoe covers, so simple. You get to keep your steel toe caps on. Customers love them. Sometimes they say don't bother. That's fine, but at least then you're not going to trape stuff through their carpet and you can't be blamed. If you add me on social media, on Instagram or Twitter, then you can find some competitions, promotions, and some plumbing disasters as well. That does it for this video. Thanks for watching.